You mentioned Pat P. There's a lot of speculation that the Vikings will try to bring Pat Peterson back to Minnesota. But with that being said, many draft experts believe the Vikings potentially could target a cornerback, defensive back with their first round selection in this upcoming draft. How would you rank the DBs, right, that will be available in the draft? When you look at Sauce Gardner, you look at Stingley, you look at Elam, quite a few notable names that could be available. But how would you rank the overall class of DBs for this draft?
You know, BMac, I think they have to take a corner. I mean, they were dreadful on the other side of Patrick P when he was in there. And I think, you know, Breland was a disaster. They have to get better over there. So I think with that pick in the first round, they have to grab a corner. Who's the best? I think Sauce Gardner's the best. And I think people who compare him to Richard Sherman are doing him a disservice. Yeah, he's a long, athletic corner, but that man can play man coverage. You know, Sherman was never that guy. I mean, he was a grabber and a holder, but he was never press man, line up and do that stuff. That's not who he was. And so I think Sauce Gardner can do that. So I'd probably rank him Sauce Gardner. I think Stingley's better than people are giving him credit for.
No question.
So early in his career, he was a dominant player. He had some injuries. He didn't play as well, but he can still be a dominant corner and a guy who's played against good competition in the SEC. So they're close for me, and it might flip as I move through the process. But right now, I'd probably have Sauce Gardner 1, Stingley 2. And then I think there's a drop down. I do. I think it's a drop down from the rest of the corners. But you're picking where you're picking. They can get one of those two guys. So they should get a top-notch corner at that spot.
Me personally, if they're going to target a cornerback with their first round selection, which is 12, by the way, for our listeners and viewers not quite aware where the Vikings will pick, is number 12. I think Sauce Gardner, I agree with you. He gets the nod over Stingley because he's healthier. Stingley is not healthy. That foot injury is still lingering him because of that. We haven't seen him do anything football related, right? But when it comes to talent, Stingley is more talented than Sauce Gardner. Stingley is a better ball hawking corner than Sauce Gardner. He has better skills, and he's played. You talked about some of the high level wide receiver play he's played against. I mean, heck, just his freshman year alone, going against Justin Jefferson, going against Jamar Chase, it don't get any better than that. Then when you factor in some of the guys he played against in Alabama, if he is available for Minnesota and you're able to retain Pat P, and granted, you got a young up and coming corner that could definitely be the catalyst for your defense going forward, you take a chance and rock with Stingley. Now, the medical has to shape out though, Pete, because that foot injury could be very, very scary. It could be a scary thing. You know what I'm saying? But if the medicals check out, he's available, that's the guy I would target.
Then you could, if Pat P comes back, you'd have DBU there in Minnesota again, right? LSU is DBU, right? Isn't that the case?
No. They say that, but you already know, Pete Prisco, the knowledge that you have of the game. DBU started with Florida State. Name me one university that has been relevant in defensive back play going back to the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, and still currently right now.
Where do they got right now?
Where we are right now, I mean, heck, Jalen Ramsey's still one of the best to ever do it, right? Okay. Right now, currently. Okay. Derwin James, one of the best safeties to do it, right?
Yeah, I get it. Well, okay.
Top 3, top 4, depending on who you're asking. No worse than top 4.
Okay. All right. Keep going.
Then we got PJ down in New Orleans.
Stop.
We got Asante Samuel Jr., who had a real good rookie campaign, and you liked him coming out.
I do like him. I think he's a good player. I think, and PJ Williams made a transition to playing some safety. I like that too.
Yeah.
But
also,
come on, right now, LSU is DBU.
I'm not going to disagree with that. Yeah, but we still have some notable guys, but the quantity goes towards LSU.
And plus, BMac, if you're going to go over the course of DBU in the last 70s, 80s, and 90s, and 2000s, and on, Deion he's the number one. He's it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Foremost, he's the best of all of them. And now you can put a Hall of Famer in Leroy Butler from Florida State. So, yeah, I'm with you. Over the course of the last 30 years, Florida State. Currently, LSU.
Yeah, no doubt. We finally agree on something. Usually me and Pete, we don't agree.
That means you're right for once.
You're right for once.
You're right for once, BMac.
You're ending the week on a good note. You're ending the week on a good note.
I spent a whole week with you at the Super Bowl, whether you were driving poorly through LA traffic or we were eating shrimp at the restaurant.
It wasn't me, Pete. It was the other drivers that was causing issues on the road. It wasn't me.
It was you. You don't yet. Your reaction skills aren't good like they were on the football field, BMac. You're a little your reaction was slow. And so whether it was on the freeway, sitting around with your buddy Travis Johnson, eating shrimp at lunch when we ate, or whatever on a set, I was undefeated against you. I feel bad for you.
It sounds like a senior writer who was always right. Always right.
Yeah. Well, yeah, not always, but with you, always.
I give you. Today is your day. I give you your flowers today.